In this video, I will show you how to use alerts and pro alerts on the Maxdata app. Let's start by explaining the difference between an alert and a pro alert. An alert takes into account the occurrence of only one condition, such as negative funding rates. A pro alert, on the other hand, is a combination of at least two alerts that must occur simultaneously. For example, negative funding rates and high buying pressure. To start, let's create a simple alert for when Bitcoin's price exceeds $100,000. I right-click on the level where I want to set the alert and select Create Alert. Alternatively, I can click the Create Alert button above the chart, but in that case, I must ensure that the alert is being set on the correct metric. For example, here I can choose Bitcoin's price or metrics related to buying and selling pressure. I enter $100,000 and select the condition greater than. Then I choose the interval, 15 minutes in this case. I can also choose whether I want the alert to trigger multiple times or just once, as well as set an expiration date. For this example, I choose trigger only once without an expiration date. Now I click Save and Run, and the alert is ready. To create a pro alert, we need at least two conditions. In this example, we'll set an alert for when investors transfer stablecoins to exchanges, and there are a lot of buy orders being placed. Let's start by setting an alert for a 1% increase in stablecoin reserves over 5 hours. I right-click on the stablecoin reserve chart and select Create Alert. At first, the numbers may look large and meaningless, but it will make sense soon. I select the condition type Moving Percent Up and adjust the interval. I choose an increase of 1% in 5 hours, using the slider to set the value. I also select No Expiration Date and set a green light as an indicator, which will later help me quickly identify whether the alert is positive or negative. Now I click Save instead of Save and Run, because in this case, I don't want this alert to trigger on its own. I only want it to be part of the pro alert later. Of course, I can always activate it later if needed. We've now set the alert for stablecoin transfers. Next, we set the second alert in a similar way. Remember to change condition type from moving percent up to less than. For example, let's pick a value less than negative 0.13 with a 1-minute interval and a maximum notification frequency of once every 2 hours. Once that's done, I go to the menu on the right and select Create Pro Alert. I then add my conditions, choose the time window, for example, hourly, and set the maximum notification frequency to once every 4 hours. I enter a name for the Pro Alert, choose a color, and optionally update the description. I then select notification channels. Personally, I like receiving alerts via Telegram, but you can also choose SMS or even phone calls that could notify you in the middle of the night if necessary. Finally, I click Create and Run, and our Pro Alert is ready. You can also check how the price would have behaved historically if your conditions had been met. To do this, select Backtest and set a time interval. This way, you can evaluate the effectiveness of your alert criteria. In the next video, we'll explain in detail how to use backtests and interpret their results effectively. Pro alerts can also trigger automatic purchases on exchanges. We'll talk more about this in the video about automations. Maxdata App, advantage through technology.